One of the things that I've kind of purposely neglected to mention on my channel since I started it about a year ago now is, personal stuff going on with me and, just life in general, real life stuff. I try to keep it, about video games and anime and stuff here on the channel, but I felt like this video was going to be necessary because of the long pause I've had on my channel after pretty much getting hyped up to get ready to start making a lot more videos. And one of the other things, I've kind of done unpurposely in my life is kind of isolating myself. So this video is going to be a little bit of a story time about my, what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks or what I've been experiencing for the past, little bit in my life. And more or less just a video where I'm kind of venting and bearing my soul. So it's not going to be gameplay or anything like that. It's going to be just more or less personal stuff about me that I feel like I should share with you all as my, people who, are with me and about my videos and whatnot. But I'm not going to try to edit this a whole lot or try to get every bit of dialogue or line perfect that I'm going to say. So, we're just going to shoot off from here. I'm going to also try not to make this video too awful long, but there is a lot of stuff I kind of have to get into. But, yeah. Starting off with where I've been for 2 weeks. I had what you would call an episode, a spiral of bad thought process and whatnot. I'm sure you can deduce what that was without me getting too far into it, of not really thinking too good of myself. I had to be hospitalized in a specific hospital that did help me in figuring out what was going on, or getting, on the track of figuring out what's going on. I was recently diagnosed with bipolar 1, as well as a form of PTSD that I can't quite remember exactly the terminology to it, but it's pretty much that, along the lines of just a lot of other issues. And I'm trying to get healthier. I'm trying to get healthier for a multitude of reasons. First and foremost being my family. I'm recently made a father, and it's been quite the experience. She's been, great, and she's, so cute. But it's come with a lot of difficulties for me. I'm not going to lie about that. And if, you know, anybody who knows me in my personal life knows the struggles, and I don't feel like I really want to get into too much of them here, but it's been an adjustment that, has been quite hard. Not only for me, but also for the missus and whatnot. And, bless her, she's been, a soldier through all this. And you have, honey, you really have. I'm sorry that, it's been so rough lately, but, yeah. So there was that. There's been a lot of that going on. Like I said, I try not to get too personal. And one of my problems is isolation, and this is me trying to hold myself to getting better, trying to do better and whatnot. And one of the struggles that I had was, me sitting here, even wanting to do a lot of things that I usually do want to do, and that comes with, what I'm experiencing with those illnesses, if you will. Is just, hey, I know that I want to sit here and, do YouTube videos. It's my hobby. It's honestly one of the only things in my life that I've been passionate about, honestly. And I've thought of everything: skydiving, cliff jumping, whatever you can think of. I've kind of thought of it, and YouTube's kind of been the only thing that I've ever been like wanting to like really get passionate about and figure out and whatnot. And sometimes I don't even want to do that. Sometimes I'm, on top of the world, and it is kind of like, people describe, through, Hollywood will, exaggerate a lot of things with it, but, yeah, no, it's, it's been quite the struggle to even want to do this. And I struggle with even like good days, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of good days where I have to like keep myself out of bad thought processes, and it's gotten better since I've, had, prescriptions and whatnot, medications and whatnot done. And for the first time in my life, I've, feel like there is a path to getting better with things. Not to say that it's never been there, but it's now something that I can see a lot clearer. But yeah, I mean, I've sat here and struggled to even try and do content. And I mean, honestly, I don't have much else going on. Anybody who's on my channel knows, the gist of that and whatnot. And I won't get too far into that. But yeah, I don't have much going on other than those things. And yeah, I struggle to do content. And most of what I do is just video game play. And it's no joke, man. It's a struggle sometimes for, figuring out what's going on with you, and just looking at it from more of a medical standpoint than, just going, hey, rub some dirt in it, get better, just, get good kind of deal. And, for a long time, that's what I was coming from the standpoint of. That's kind of why I'm struggling so hard right now. But yeah, no, it's, like I said, it's not without its good days. I have days where it's, things aren't bad and I feel like I could conquer the world, but there's a lot of bad days in that. And a lot of it has to do with me dwelling in the past, and also just, again, not being around people a whole lot. And this is me trying to break that, cycle somewhat. And honestly, here for a little bit, I was honestly struggling with thinking about, like, damn, am I even going to still do, like, YouTube? Am I still going to keep, going with the only thing that I've ever been, like, really passionate about outside of people, whatever. And, I do want to keep going. It's not, I don't want to stop, but, sometimes just to come up with new ideas, or even to think that people want to actually watch your content, which, it's a struggle sometimes there with just numbers and whatnot. Cause I mean, I have just a little over 100 subscribers, and sometimes I do good. Sometimes I do good on, views and whatnot. And then that's really encouraging. And then other times it's, you spend 2 or 3 days, on a video, or hell, people who, do this way more professionally than I do, or could possibly do, probably spend way longer. And, sometimes they don't do so good. And for me right now, I guess the number is such vastly different, so it kind of hits a little harder for me, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I think it has something to do with just wanting to sit here and show people what I can do, as a content creator. And, when you're first starting off, it's really, really difficult. You have to really think about, what kind of niche the video is going to have, what kind of theme and whatnot. And, a lot of times it's hard for me to do that or think of a theme. And it feels a little silly to sit here and upload just nothing. Even me doing this feels like kind of silly, because I feel like, hey, not, many people are going to, see it or something. But I feel like I want to put it up on my channel because, one of the other things with my channel is, as weird as this sounds, it helps me with my own limited lifespan, I guess you could say, my own mortality. Because one of the other things that I started my channel for is to pretty much just document, my life, honestly. And it helps me come to terms and be at peace with, hey, one day, we're all not going to be here, and at least this form of me will be here for a lot longer than I will, or at least I hope. And, that's honestly another big thing that I struggle with, just mortality. And honestly, it's one of the things that has kind of plagued me since, I had a grandparent pass, and it's something that's honestly been on my mind for years and years and years, and it also is kind of what led into, you know, me going into the hospitalization and whatnot. But yeah, no, I'm here. I'm coming back. Um, like I said, I didn't want to make this video too long, but I did want to give a little bit of an explanation as to what's been going on. It's just been really, really busy, and anybody who actually watches my channel and, you know, follows my content, thank you so much. You can't know what it means to me. It honestly means the world. And for those of you in my personal life that's been very, very patient with me, thank you so much. I'm gonna keep trying to get better and just do better, and just go from here. But yeah, this video was pretty much about, you know, where I've been for the 2 weeks, and just honestly trying to open up to you guys more. Sorry if it was a rant or it wasn't too coherent. It's early in the morning, and I wanted to put this video out before I was procrastinating anymore. But yeah, there is hope for the future, and I do plan on, you know, going through and making more videos, as well as trying to cover newer titles that are coming out. But yeah, thank you for being here if you've watched this all the way to the end. But I'm gonna get out of here and let you guys get to the rest of your day. Just little explanation as to what's been going on. But thank you.